What's happening, people? Hope you're well. Welcome back to the show. I thought we'd do another weekly roundup, get my boys back on. Got Henry Wright from Henry Wright TV. Big up Henry. We got Kaz from Man United. Listen, a Man United fan that seems to be up and down, man. I can't lie. We're going to come into that. And then Lee Gunner is going to join us in a bit, but Lee's on his stream, so he's going to join us literally in a few minutes. I'm going to start with you, Kaz, because Casemiro. That's all I keep hearing, man, this weekend. And like, I can't lie to you, bro. It's getting a bit consistent with these red cards now, man. I thought it was a red, bruv, so we're going to argue because I did. I thought it was a red. I don't know what Henry thinks. I'll let him bring him in a minute, but I'll let you have the mic. What's going down with yesterday, bruv?
Well, let's face it. The first red card with Palace wasn't even a fucking red. Wasn't even a red card. Anyways, he got him by his collar. It was bait. You can see that he didn't have his hands on his neck. This is, you know what it was, yeah. If it was all around the board, and other players got red carded, like Daniel Marty, or let's say the other day with Chelsea and João Felix, that crunch tackle, or Fabinho twice this season. There's more tackles that have been absolutely crazy. Then yeah, you know what? I'm like, fuck it. They've been consistent. It's a red. But for me, his foot rolled over the ball into the guy's leg. Like he had every right to go for that challenge. Like it's not like his foot bounced up. And I don't think it was reckless. That's what I'm saying. Because you know what the funny thing is, right? Anthony Taylor was right there. I was watching the game live. It was right there in front of him. And he gave the yellow. It was only until, what's the guy's name? Andrew Mariner decided to say, no, you might want to review it again. Obviously, when you put it into slow motion, it looks worse than it is. But you watch it in real time, it's not that bad. If I'm being honest. And
you know what it is for me?
Go on.
Right. This is, in my opinion, he's still him and Partey are the two best DMs in the league, right? I don't think he ever got a red card in like 8 or 9 seasons in La Liga. Because he played with, he's playing with the likes of Fred. I feel like a lot of the time he's just covering for other players. And because I feel like in a balance of play, I personally don't think it was a red card. Yeah, you could say it's high, but he hits the ball, goes over the ball into the player. 20 years ago, that's not even a flipping foul.
10 years ago, that's not a foul either, by the way. I think it's not even that long.
I think that the Sabitzer one a couple of weeks ago was much, much worse. That wasn't even a foul. The inconsistency of the Premier League refs is some of the worst I've ever seen at the moment.
That is facts.
Because you look at the Champions League, there's a referee. He's got slicked back hair. He's pretty jacked for a ref.
Oh, he's a good ref.
Referees
he's a good ref.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the Austrian guy. I think he is.
Yeah, he calls it. If that's not a foul, then that can't be. It's either one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you get the ball, you got over into the player. Yeah, it looks nasty in slow mo, but so does everything. Like at game speed, I think yellow card, but it was already on a yellow. So does the referee think you're in your last?
No, he wasn't on a yellow. It was his first. He
reviewed it and then gave a red.
Yeah, and then gave.
That's not a red card for me.
That's what I'm saying. Anthony Taylor is an absolute bollocks of a referee. He reminds me now.
Leave Anthony Taylor alone. He's Arsenal, mate.
You know what it is. You know what it is as well. It kind of reminds me of who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that everyone can't stand? There's another one. He's a bit short. Looks like
Michael Oliver.
Him. So he looks like he's been bullied his whole life, and he wants to make the game about him. That's what Anthony Taylor. This is why every single game with Man United, no one wants Anthony Taylor. Chelsea fans don't want this guy.
I'll take him.
Because yeah, you could do with anything.
He's an Arsenal legend, mate. He should have a statue outside. Yeah, he's won a couple of cups.
I've been quite consistent about referees with every single team, not just because of Man United stuff. It's because it's simple little things, right? Like this year, there's been points awarded for certain teams and not certain teams, and it's meant to be for clear and obvious. This season, if Arsenal don't win the league, and let's say it's by 1 or 2 points, that's because that Brentford game, by the way, that's because they couldn't overturn something. That's why Lee Mason goes. Like it's little things that are obvious.
No. You're chatting waffle, bro. Yeah, if you go back to the start of the season, Dan will back me up here. Gabriel Magalhaes, blatant handball against Palace, blatant handball against Liverpool. Yeah, weren't given. Yeah, there's 2 games.
Yeah, but we can go back to the Man City stuff. Who should have a red card? By the way, we're talking about hands on the neck, by the way, which Casemiro didn't actually do after angles came out where he had him by the collar. It was only recently in an Everton game and also a Man City game from a Man City player where they had hands around the neck and no one got sent off. It's things like this.
The inconsistencies are crazy.
VAR, the camera angles, this, that, and the other. It pisses me off. And you know what the worst part is, right? We're scrambling for a goal. Like we have with 10 men, it's hard to win a game, man. It really is. That penalty, oh my word, on my life. How is that not even? It didn't even go down for review. That's the worst part. And you know what? Another slow motion thing that didn't get given. I thought it was a dive at first until I actually watched the videos. You know, Rashford was running full speed. So Bazunu had to do his little knee slide like he's doing an Adebayor kind of thing, or Sol Campbell.
That was a dive, though, right? The Rashford one,
because
surely.
in the end, I saw his knee clipped the back of his foot. I'm sorry.
Really?
Shit. Yes.
Is that enough to make you go down though?
And not, yeah, contact. I've seen softer penalties, by the way, recently. Soft, yeah, it's softer. And by the way, let's talk about even yesterday, Nick Pope.
Look how wound up these United fans are that they got the Casemiro sent off and he's going to miss 4 games and he started crying.
No, yeah, but it's a major part. It's a major part for this. No, let's not get it twisted.
No, you got McFred now. You got tough games coming up.
No. Sabitzer
Europa League, FA Cup still to play.
So Sabitzer's still here, bro. He's just being ill. But anyways, I'm not saying he's a messiah. But the whole point is that they're just fucking shit up, man, and they're pissing me off now. Especially when you could have done with that penalty. Especially when you could. It's actually annoying. I never moan about refs. I'm being consistent all around this year. Nice fucking shit, man.
Won it 2 weeks ago. You were telling me in a title race, Kaz.
No, I never. No, actually, no. You know how I know you're lying. Because I've been so consistent, said we're not in a title race. You tried to make me do it, like most people have. I said, why am I in a title race for?
You know when you put out on your Instagram,
in my cup of tea. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, did you do that yesterday after the 0-0?
You know what it is? Yeah, I've been trying to do a video for when we fuck up. I've been trying to make a video for when we do fuck up with a tea or something like that. Trust me when I tell you, I've probably got about 3-4 videos that's gonna absolutely piss people off, like in the future. Watch, yeah. But I can give it, I can take it. It's cool, innit? But I just want consistency with refs. You got the best league in the world. Go get the best refs in the world. Then do they have to be English?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you with that. Like I thought, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Real talk. I thought it was a red card. I'll ask Lee in a minute what he thought. But the ref consistency thing is mad. Like absolutely shocking as far as I'm concerned. Like we've got the worst.
Nick
the
Pope
best
yesterday, Potts. How is that not a red card?
Oh my god! And we got Newcastle on the break back. We could have been playing Lord Carrius again.
Lord Carrius. I like that. Lee, did you think it was a red? I did, man. I thought he went in, studs in, he proper went in, like it wasn't like a slide, he just jumped in, and I thought he caught him, man. He might, if he won the ball, the rules say that you can't do that, man. It's a red, so I would have said red card, but maybe I'm on my own here because the other two don't think it was.
I don't know. I think it's soft. But at the same time, I've seen so many people saying, "Oh, but he got the ball and then he rolled over the ball." Yeah, that's because his studs were right on the top of the ball. Right? So his momentum's going to go over the ball straight into his leg. I can kind of see why it was given, but it's soft. It is proper soft, man. Like I see a tackle in the Chelsea-Leicester game that was 10 times worse than that.
The crunch on João Felix, that one.
Yeah, that was bad. That's a jail sentence, mate. You could have snapped him in half. Like I don't know, man. Like, listen, the consistency of referees in this league is toilet, and it has been for years. And VAR has complicated it and confused it even more. Yeah, because nobody knows what a foul is anymore. Nobody knows. Like, I'll give another example, right? If you go down in the box, they'll review it. Yeah, if there's a clear and obvious error. Yeah, but then I think it was the Arsenal game. I think it was the Arsenal game yesterday. A player went down on the D. No, it wasn't the Arsenal game. Maybe it was a different game. But a player went down on the D. The ball goes up the other end, and then it goes out for a corner for the other team. Yeah, but that was a blatant foul that the ref has missed. So why can't that be reviewed? Yeah, because now that team have got a corner. They might score off of that corner. If they score off of it, then does that get reviewed? Like, how far back can you go?
Yeah.
Like, there's too many grey areas.
And that's the one, Paul. No one can draw a fucking straight line to save their life. Should they not have VAR cameras across the stadiums where they can draw proper lines, maybe? Just off
don't they just have it in the sky? Have it up above. They've got cameras panning around and zooming down on wires to get the player angle. Like, VAR on it.
And the worst part is in the stadium, you don't even know what's going on. That is what really gets on my nerves.
I think they should be mic'd up, and I think you should be able to hear.
I think like in Australia. Like in Australia.
Yeah, they do it in Australia, yeah. Like they do in rugby, though. Like
they do it in the Belgium League as well.
So you can hear what they're actually saying, and
they won't be able to do that. It's too. We'll realise how corrupt it all is, then, mate.
But it's like I see a lot of Arsenal fans saying about the handballs. right? Because we had a couple in the game the other
Against
day.
Bournemouth,
Yeah.
and then
Against
Liverpool get
Bournemouth.
one straight away.
Yeah, then Liverpool get away. Mate, what a shit
Bizarre,
penalty, by
wasn't
the way.
Yeah. He
I
hit
knew he
Bournemouth
was going to
deep.
miss. Yeah, that run up was crazy. I knew he was going to spank it wide. It wasn't even
What's
close.
happened to him as well, man? Like Salah, real talk. Like, not a lot of people say, "Oh, he still scores. He still scored." He's nowhere near what he was.
But
The
you know what it is?
the performance level of his game has dropped massively. Like
Massively.
you
He just runs
statistically,
straight lines, that's why.
It's easy though because Jurgen Klopp thought he was a tactician this season, and it clearly hasn't worked. He just puts him up front and plays counter attack. You might as well call him a German Ole Gunnar Solskjaer then at this point, because the team can't play the way it has been playing. Right, another year on top of players. Henderson can't cover the right hand side for Salah's deficiencies or Trent's deficiencies because they can't get back in time, or it'll be too much energy wasted. So you can't play the way he's tried to accommodate for Darwin Núñez by keeping players more wide. So if you've seen Liverpool wingers, like they're inside forwards, typically they're inside forwards, they're playing as wingers this time around. That's why you can't do shit. And when who are you gonna play a 1-2 with these days? Jordan Henderson or Milner? I don't think so.
Right. Hey, you can laugh all you like, mate. They slapped you 7-0. Have some shame.
The thing is, Lee, I've been saying, I'm like, you know what?
Have some shame, mate.
I went straight on Kopish. I went straight on Big Six Bands with Monts. I didn't hide for shit. I was there.
even on troops,
Even
fair
Troops
play.
TV,
Even
I
on
went
troops,
straight on. Well, to be fair, I think Flawless got it worse because he was the first United lot on. Same with Flawless as well. But this is what I'm saying. This was your cup final. It will go down in history forever. Sweet. That's your cup final done. How do you go and lose 1-0 to Bournemouth? Not even one goal against Bournemouth. I think the XG was something like 0.
didn't you lose 1-0 to Bournemouth?
Penalty. Who?
Didn't you lose 1-0 to Bournemouth?
No, we won 3-0.
I swear.
Your team nearly lost to Bournemouth when you went 2-0 down and decided to score 3 late goals.
Yeah, we did it. We did it, but we didn't celebrate it the same way Arsenal did. Arsenal fucking act like it was.
Oh no,
That's
you did
just
celebrate
another
like that.
title
I
race, mate.
saw Kane. Who was it? I think Højbjerg scored your winner. Oh, no,
Bentancur, mate, in like the 95th
Yeah,
minute.
Yeah, but you lot will make a DVD on that.
Because you're not in a title race, mate. You don't know what a title race looks like or smells like.
We don't even know what a race looks like, let alone a fucking title. Never even been on a fucking running track.
You not only turn up and score goals. Like Kane only turns up when it don't mean nothing. Look at the way.
That's just what I just said on a video. Like, look at our performance, right? I went for some reason.
This is great, isn't it, Dan? By the way, this is like
I love
a therapy session, isn't it?
It's
You should
beautiful,
call the
mate.
show therapy because
I went to Nottingham Forest. Do you know what? Actually, that game, Richarlison was actually all right, but
and still didn't score.
He did
But
score.
you know what you're gonna
He-
get-
He did score.
well, he scored a goal that wasn't even offside.
You know what you're gonna get though, Henry, innit?
He's
The
got
line
two
ain't
goals,
right.
he
It was
scored
like
2
a
goals
fucking
against
right
Forest
angle.
this season, whipped his shirt off both times, and both have been offside.
Yeah.
One he got booked for, and the other one he shushed the crowd.
So the one against Nottingham Forest, we were talking about straight lines and all that. The line was
Yeah,
straight
that
as
was
a fucking
onside. man.
roundabout.
That was
Yeah, that was
onside. I
onside.
can't
Yeah,
lie.
The line was fucking like that.
McDonald's
That's
size.
right.
So onside, it was mad. Like
Yeah,
I
it
could
was
see
onside.
that without the
That was a
line.
finish as well. And then
It might be it's probably as
But
crooked as
my-
ET's
like-
teeth.
I've been absolutely like, well, people tried to flip in, have a go at me, but they got no chance. But the whole thing about, I said, why can't our players turn up in important moments? Like that Nottingham Forest team is stronger than the Sheffield United team we lost in the FA
Mate,
Cup.
Chiellini told us 5 years ago. It's the history of the Tottenham.
I know, but this is what pisses me off, Lee. We did the stream on Friday. How does Harry Kane bag a brace against Forest and do fuck all
Forest are
against Wolves
shit.
and Sheffield?
Because Forest away are actually garbage. At home they have a chance. I actually quite like Forest. I don't like their manager too tough. I think he's a bit.
Forest should have beaten
dopey, but
Tottenham.
Their manager, Stephen Cooper, is in a race to replace Conte. Are you fucking mad? Are you out of your mind?
he looks like more of a div than Harry Kane does. I'll be honest.
Mate,
He looks like a fucking PE
Tottenham should have
teacher.
lost to Forest at the City Ground. They should have lost to him. Yeah, Kane missed a penalty in that game, didn't he? You should have lost
Yeah.
that day.
Oh yeah, that was that opening day, innit?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, they
Didn't
should
they
have
lose?
lost that day.
Didn't you lose in the League Cup against Forest? Or have I got
Yeah,
that wrong?
Nottingham Forest is B team. B team.
I swear they beat Arsenal this year as
The
well.
Sheffield United
Forest?
team we lost to 2 weeks ago made 8 fucking changes.
We slapped them 5-0, mate. What are you chatting
No,
about?
not in the
No,
cup.
Forest
I think in the cup.
last
I
year,
think they
man.
knocked out a
Last
cup
year
or
that
something
was.
like that.
Last year
Last
they
year,
beat
man.
us.
Was that last
Yeah.
year? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we let
That was
the
when they had Jet
Championship team win
Spence.
it.
Oh, wait, we signed him and he can't get in a fucking team.
No, but there is Jed Spence. You've not seen him. He's just changed his name to Danjuma.
No, it's fucking no. His name
What's
is
going on with that, by the way, Henry? Dan Juma, like, what the
I think
hell?
I've been calling out. I've been the only person on you. Me and Sava have been the only two people calling out saying, what has this guy got to do to get in the team? You're bringing on a fucking bonehead, 30-year-old Lucas Moura, who ain't done anything since Ajax. We're bringing him on.
Hold up. Lucas Moura's got 20 trophies. Tottenham have got 26,
Yeah.
mate.
He won 7 of those trophies, Lee, sitting on the bench of PSG.
Still got to win them. Still got to win them, mate. Still
I
got
got
okay,
a question. I got Henry.
Lucas Moura is more decorated than Thierry Henry. Out of the two, who are you fucking taking?
Listen, the game's all about trophies, mate. It doesn't matter.
So you're taking... So
Lucas Moura, then, isn't it, Lee?
Well, no.
Lucas Moura's won a league title with Sao Paulo.
We could take them both. They could play opposite wings.
No, but Dan Juma cannot get in this team for love nor money. What was the point? He should have gone to fucking Everton. At least he gets some game time.
Do you know what I think that is? Yeah, I think
good there, you know?
because he's on loan, he's probably getting paid. Like if he plays an
he's not a permanent.
certain
He's
amount
not
of
permanent.
games, we'll have to give him more.
No,
money.
he's got a loan with an obligation to buy. Like I said, I was saying to one of our, like, I had a massive tear out of one of our fans in the stadium because he's giving it, how Levy's fantastic, and I said, yeah, go and play on the fucking F1 car, you twat. Anyway, I said that I would take Morgan Gibbs-White and Johnson. I'd take Gibbs-White and Johnson over 70% of our squad. Right?
Well, but then you turn your nose up at their manager.
No,
Like,
yeah, no. That's two of their players.
It's true.
That's two of their players. They've got
You basically asked
fucking
him to
team
score
in it, bro.
The manager just getting a tune out of them.
Yeah, but that's two fucking players. Conte's had a fucking tune out of Emerson Royale, and he's one of the shittest right backs I've ever seen.
I think you've got a very decent front. I think you've got a very decent base of a squad.
No,
I think Bentancur next to Basuma would be good, yeah, because Basuma's actually a DM. He's a good.
He can't get in the fucking team.
You had Kulusevski, Son, Danjuma, and then you got Harry Kane.
You've got Sartori and Ollie fucking Twist and Turn playing ahead of him.
I can't lie. I think Ollie Skip's a wicked player, and he just doesn't deserve to be at Tottenham in my opinion. I'll take
Ollie
him
Skip against Nottingham Forest was very, very good. The problem is when Harry Kane goes to your lot in the summer, we're fucked. I'll tell you that now. We are royally fucked because Richarlison's going to be our main striker. We might as well fold the club.
This is you might as well delete yourself. I think Man United will probably offer 85 million. Levy will actually say, "Fuck it. If you're not going to give us 90 million, then we'll keep him."
No, what's going to happen is Man United are going to come in with a bid, right? And it will Levy's mouth be watering, but it ain't going to be what he wants. So he'll sign a contract with a release clause in it. And everyone will be going, oh, he's one of our own, look, even though he's one fuck all, just like the rest of them have one fuck all, right? We'll all be sitting here twerking, probably me, I'll be on the bandwagon, right? Man United, 2 months later, will trigger that release clause in the January window, just like Man City did with fucking Jack Grealish. They'll bring him in. At that point, the signing will be like Van Persie, a similar balance, a similar impact to the team. He'll come in, score a lot of goals, he'll win trophies.
Maybe.
And what are we going to do? We're going to be sitting here with a 32-year-old human son by then, Richarlison, and fucking Brian Hill.
But you know what?
Henry,
It's fine. It's fine
because
because the tourists will come and they'll be fine on the go-kart track. They'll look at the NFL. They'll watch the boxing. And it's a business now. Levy's.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. So Spurs have got a great opportunity to go above Man United, by the way. Obviously, with games in hand that we would have, regardless. But this will be such a Spurs thing to do. I was asking on a previous stream as well. So everyone asked me: Southampton versus Tottenham away. How many points do Tottenham get?
3 points.
1 point. Thank you.
1
point.
We drew at Southampton. So
yeah. So and then you got to go Everton. You got to go to the Mersey. Everton. How many points?
We'll beat both of them because there's nothing to play for.
No,
it doesn't matter.
All right, let's get the bias. Let's get the bias out of the way. Let's ask Lee and then Dan and myself. This is what I said. I think they get a point at Southampton against Everton. I think you lose or get a point. And then you got Brighton at home.
Anything on the line.
Then you got Brighton, by the way, at home, and I still think Brighton will whoop you. By the way,
we beat Brighton at fucking Air Ground with that fucking De Zerbi guy.
Yeah, I just don't think
nothing's on the line. When it doesn't matter, we turn up.
I think they'll get 4 points out of those two.
And then Bournemouth, they got Bournemouth. Then they got Newcastle, Man United, Liverpool. Fucking hell!
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Newcastle, we got no chance. But I think Southampton. I think we'll beat them because there's nothing to play for. But they do.
I think you can beat Everton because the way that Everton play and the way you play, I think Tottenham will probably beat
That's
them.
got
It's going to be one of
that's
the
got-
worst showings on TV.
That's going to be
That's
boring.
got
isn't
1-0
it?
written all over it from a Harry Kane penalty.
Yeah, that's got 1-0 Spurs
No way
in
it
my
does, you
opinion.
know.
But Southampton, I
No,
think it'll be a
that's got
draw, man.
1-0 Dominic Calvert-Lewin stinkfest written all over it.
I ain't having that fucking.
No,
He'll
Tarkovsky
park the
header.
bus. He'll go 5. He'll go and Conte will go 5 at the back against him or something, right? And it'll just be like a ball shitty.
I'll be
That'll
honest,
last
Let's not-
match
let's not
of the
get
It'll
me
be a
started
header.
on Conte, 'cause
Everton will
I'm
be headers.
fucking-
Tarkovsky and who's the other guy next to him again?
Cody.
Cody.
They will bully your centre backs, man. Bully. Like in the air, they will bully them.
You know, it's
That's why I
funny.
say it's
Tottenham
just
actually
1-0
won
header.
at the weekend, and Henry's getting roasted. It's absolutely
No,
hilarious.
the team's a fucking joke pots. The
Because
team's a
you don't know what
joke.
you're gonna get. It's like what Forrest Gump says.
It is
It's
a
like,
circus,
it's
man.
like a box of chocolates, isn't
No,
it?
just
Life is
sack
like
Conte.
a
Sack
ball.
Conte. We might as well.
What you gonna get?
You know as well.
That's
We're
Tottenham.
fucked in these. Like Levy is proper fucked when Son goes as well, because that's 20% of our fan base.
Yeah, that's true. Do you reckon he'll go? Do you reckon he'll go like with Kane? Do you reckon he'll both go?
Yeah,
You probably end up
I'll tell you now.
getting
Kane 100% is gone. If he signs a contract, I will be cussing him. I will be ripping him to shreds.
Who came?
Because
Wow.
yeah,
Why?
why would you're Harry Kane looking at the state of our team? We've signed a right back, our number one transfer target, who defensively is worse than Royale, right? You look at our left side, we've got Ben Davis, who's just been given a new contract. Eric Dyer's getting a new contract. Romero's this juiced up fucking Rojo, who just
mate.
decides to snap players in
He
half.
deserves to be
Goal,
getting
eh?
beats, mate. By the way, Romero. He deserves beats. That was shocking what he was doing.
If I was in the
That
if
is a
I was his
headpiece.
manager, I would have Gabriel Hines in, mate. Roy Keane, he'd have been laid out. Right?
He was
You
a
look at
head
the team.
case, mate.
Højbjerg, okay. Skip, okay. Bissouma's a good player. Can't get in the fucking team. Bentancur's just done his ACL. Richarlison, nah.
Shit.
Right?
Shit.
So when
Flop,
Kane
man.
and
He's
Son
been a
go,
flop.
Kulusevski's not even our player yet.
You know what it is though, Henry. Though it's like
He's not even a fucking Tottenham player yet.
you know what it is with Tottenham fans. Yeah,
Hey,
you lot
he's
want to
coming
be.
to
We've got the worst
Arsenal,
fans.
Don't worry about that. Can you imagine?
We've got the
if
worst
he
fans on
was
social
empty?
media.
Yeah, but you know what it is with Tottenham fan. Well, Tottenham in general, and Tottenham fans. You lot think you're bigger than you are, and you want to be
Facts.
bigger than you are.
Facts, yeah,
And the
that's a
thing is, you
fact,
can't put
man.
yourself down to reality. That this has been your reality for about
Cass,
since
I know
Harry Red,
this.
since Harry
I know
Redknapp
this.
got you lot gas to getting into the top 4 again.
I
This
know.
has been you lot, and this is where the expectations. I don't know why Tottenham expectations are there. The only way I thought you had the
This is what
chance.
I'm saying.
This is why I said you lot are Martin O'Neill's Aston Villa currently at the moment. So
I don't know.
What?
That actually.
or Everton,
James
David
Morrison.
Moyes. It's true though, because they had the opportunity to invest a
Yeah.
little bit more money and get the right players in, which is your chance for me was Pochettino to really go to that next time. Like, fucking no, they could really kill this.
That's what I said to you the other day. That 11 we had was very good. I mean, he didn't. Then we went. Do you know what? We've got the best opportunity we've had in years to sign up to win something. Now let's go 587 days without signing a fucking player. Oh, what a great idea that is! Yeah, fantastic. Props to you, Levy. And then he puts the season tickets from £800 to £1,100. That's why I won't go to another game this season because the club's a
Wow,
fucking
that's
disgrace.
joke, man.
You
Thank
I
mean-
was,
you,
I was
man.
in the stadium, right, and a fucking
Arsenal
row
season
of the fans
tickets cheaper than that.
because the
Yeah.
Levy has changed the target audience for our fans. You used to go to a game in a tracksuit. Now you got your fucking boat shoes on, your chinos, your fucking this and that. He doesn't care about football fans. He got
Really?
Beyonce,
I
Lady
went to
Gaga,
Man United
NFL.
yesterday in a tracksuit. I was going to give a shit.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You shouldn't be judged on what you wear. We've got a fucking Baskin saying we've got Pedro Porro. I haven't seen the geezer play one good game yet.
How much was he, by the way?
Too busy shagging Felix's wife.
Weren't he
how
like 40
shameless is
million
that?
or something?
He came.
Which-
He
which
came.
all-
He came to England to follow Felix and his wife.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So we signed him
That's what I'm
for,
feeling.
we paid
That's
5
what it
million
is.
loan fee, and the option to buy him is like 38 million. And he looks
Oh,
defensively worse than Royale.
Which you won't do.
I think
Mate.
he'll become a great player. You just got to change your manager. Honestly, Conte's just bollocks. Like, the way
This
he
is what I'm
talks about
saying.
Tottenham,
I've
the
got
way he talks
absolutely
about Tottenham is funny for us. It's better. It's better for us. We love it. But for you guys, it's like, how can you, regardless of Tottenham and the way I think of Tottenham or whoever it is, you can't disrespect the fans no matter what. The people that actually pay your fucking wage, pretty much. And
15 million pounds a year,
Can I,
Cass.
can I
We
ask you
lost
a
to
question?
Sheffield United.
Can I ask you a question, right? All three of you ask you this, right? Put Gvardiol, Bastoni at the back with Romero, let's say. Is Conte shit?
You're
with everything?
smoking some seriously
talking
strong
two
fucking.
left
shit.
wing-
No. They're never going to get him. They're never going to get him. But my point is not that. They're never going to get him. My point is Conte shit with those three at the back? So my point is it Conte that's shit, or is it the defenders that are just absolute wank and he hasn't been back
It's
in that
both.
area?
It's both. Because the in-game decisions of this guy are some of the worst I've seen in my life. Champions League against Milan, Kulusevski, our most creative player, he takes him off for that Colombian Idris Elba.
That is brilliant. That was.
Brings on fucking Davinson Sanchez, who is about as useful as a fucking glass.
See, I disagree. I think Conte's a good manager. He just
Yeah, I
doesn't want
do.
to be there. Yeah, and what?
Yeah, he
When
works
he
at
leaves, he'll
Tottenham.
go to a club, probably Atletico or Inter, and he'll go and win something straight away.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, you're
100%.
right, Lee. He will.
Ah,
because
he's
he-
Everyone
going
who's left your
Atletico.
football club goes on to win something somewhere else. He is the
Atletico,
next
he'll
We'll
be
go
one.
like
dangerous.
PSG or someone like that. Yeah, we'll go
I
and
think
win
it was
something.
Simeone.
I think it was isn't Simeone leaving?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So
that makes Conte hard-working players, graft. That's Conte all over.
That's
That.
Conte.
the problem
all
is,
day long.
our club wants a long-term manager to rebuild, even though we've never built in the first place. So we're basically building again,
I
right?
got one. Steve.
We want a
Cooper.
long. This is what we want.
Well, no, you did build, but you had all the bail money. You bought Soldado for 26 mil and Eric.
Yeah, but at the time-
Janssen.
That's a
Janssen.
Chadley.
At the time, Soldado, it was off the back of 85 goals in the last 3 seasons. He comes to us, he can't hit a fucking bar door.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
Yeah. The problem is, we want a long-term manager, but Conte's averaged 13 months or 14 months throughout his career as a job. Everyone goes about, oh, he built fucking Juventus. Yeah, because he had the Italian bank backing him. So he bought Vidal, he bought Barzagli, he bought for all these players. Levy's going, we're not going to give you Coutinho, but we're going to give you Giovanni Lo Celso. Go and work with that. What's the fucking point? Harry Kane's looking round, right? Give me the ball. Who's going to feed me the ball?
Would you take Simeone?
Would I take Simeone? Of course. He's more
What's the
decorated
difference?
than our club.
One sec. What's the difference from Simeone and Conte? Be honest.
Well, there ain't no difference.
Good question.
The football style. No. Hang on, there is a difference. There is a difference. Simeone can win European games, right?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Conte hasn't won what he's won one last 16 knockout game, and that was against fucking Celtic. Everyone goes about he's an elite manager.
Don't you want different
You went to
football,
Chelsea, you had the best defense in the league. You went to Inter Milan, you had the best defense in the league. You went to Juventus, you had the best defense in the league. Everyone slated Mourinho, called him a fucking dinosaur. He left us straight to Roma, won them their first European trophy.
Yeah,
The
but why would you
disrespect he gets, but Conte gets a pass. Why? Why does Conte get a pass?
Why would you want? Don't you want better football than what Simeone would offer you? Because if you got,
I
50
told you
million pound
on Troopsy's channel, I would do some disgusting things for a trophy, Cass. I don't care if it's me, you, Lee, or Potts managing that fucking
You
club.
ain't coming anywhere near me, mate.
Yeah.
that ain't happening.
Well,
Hold on,
What
give
do
me
you
2
want
seconds.
then?
Someone's at the door. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Like, let's come to let's got to wrap up Tottenham and come to Arsenal last. But I want to just lastly finish on Spurs, right? Kaz, let me come to you, right? If you were a Spurs fan right now, would you want a win now manager or would you want a project? Because they've kind of had both. I don't see where Tottenham go from here, man. They've tried everything, bruv.
a win now manager with that you can't not with that team. The only time they had a win now manager is Pochettino when they was second and the Champions League. They should have built on from there, but they never.
Yep.
So that's that win. They need a project. Who would I trust with a project? I think, if I'm being honest, I think Chelsea and Tottenham should swap managers. If I'm being honest, Graham Potter, he's not.
No, they won't take him back. They fucking hate Conte.
Conte, they'll probably take. Right, mate, they want Mourinho back. So I saw loads of them. That's
Do you know who we should go and get?
Chelsea fans are spoiled little shits. That's what they are. That's what it is. So
And
with
this
you
is
They
guys,
spent more money in
United
2
fan.
transfer windows.
This is coming
We've
from a
done-
United fan.
Yeah.
Have some shame, man. What is wrong
no,
with you?
because I'm not spoiled because you know what? No, I've been spoiled for a long period of time in it, and I deserved it because that's my team. And right now, I'm realistically knowing where I am at the moment, and with Qatari coming in potentially or whoever, anything's better than Glazers. So I want to be spoiled again. But the thing is with them, they want to chop and change through 7-8 months. Like I can give my manager 3-4 years. Do you get what I mean? To do what he wants to do. That's the difference.
Yeah,
Well, what was the
guys-
question you asked, Potts?
You guys, so he
you
was
want? Who do
asking
you want?
project manager. I'm giving. I think the Zerbi's a great shout.
Yeah. Do you know who we should get though?
Tom,
We ain't gonna get the Zerbi.
Ruben Amorim, I think, is another great shout.
There's
If
two
you
managers
don't
we
think
should
Luis
get.
Enrique, then fucking hell, man, don't say that. Please.
We ain't getting Enrique, no chance. If Enrique comes to this club, he's ruining his career.
Please don't say thingy, Brendan
Right,
Rodgers.
what we should do is we should go and get Gallardo, the River Plate manager, who's currently in London conveniently. Pochettino, if he comes back, Pochettino, if he like, as much as I love Pochettino, it won't work. You ain't inheriting the team of Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Ericsson, Walker, Rose. You're inventing Royale, Skip, Højbjerg. Exactly.
And
what I would do is,
I think that River Plate manager, he's got
Marco
good,
Silva.
good
People are
things
saying
behind him.
Thomas Frank, Marco Silva.
He's not
no,
project manager.
Gallardo,
This is Tottenham, not Brentford.
This one, Gallardo,
What
Thomas
is it?
Frank, or De Zerbi. Those would be the three. But we need them. The problem is we don't have anything. We don't have an ethos. We've got no one coming out of our academy. We don't have a style of play. It's give it to Harry Kane and hope for the fucking best. That is all it is.
And then when he goes, what happens?
This is my point, Dan.
The season he leaves, they'll probably win something.
Can you imagine?
I honestly, I don't think
That's that football club in a nutshell. I guarantee he leaves, and then they go and win a trophy that season.
No, Lee, I don't think we will ever win. Well, not for at least 15 years under this ownership. I don't think.
Well, we said this about the Cronkies, mate. Yeah, and we're in a title race.
The Cronkies have identified what they want. They've got a young manager, and they've trusted the process. We've gone from how the fuck does Mourinho not win a trophy at your football club? We sacked Mourinho because we didn't want to pay the £10 million fucking money we would have had to give him for a trophy. So instead, we give it to Ryan Mason, who, let's be honest, had a shit footballing career
It's
anyway.
the best decision I've ever heard in football. That
We went from
beautiful.
that is like going right. It's like going from a fucking Rolls Royce to a fucking KA. You've got to be out of your mind to do that.
It's
We've got nothing coming for the academy.
He's
We've
won
got no
something
style of
everywhere
play.
else, Mourinho.
First season
Exactly.
in Roma, he won him a trophy.
Gareth Bale, since he
might get them Champions League football for the first time as well.
Mate, he's got a chance. He's got a chance for Champions League in the league, like league position,
And they're crap
doing
as well,
in the
by the
Europa
way.
League.
No, their league
That
position
great.
is done. It's done. Napoli are like 18 points ahead. Flipping now.
Thing is,
Yeah, man.
if we get Champions
Mental.
League again, he'll be the first manager since Poch to get back-to-back Champions League. So all of our fans will be like, oh yeah, we're back in. Then we'll do nothing in the window because we won't sign anyone. We'll get back in the Champions League. We'll get fucking spanked and it'll be a meltdown. It's rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. There's no idea.
It sounds like Arsenal under Wenger for the last
In
decade,
it, mate.
doesn't
In it, mate.
But even
This is
during
what
that
I
period,
said.
we won a fucking FA Cup.
Tottenham fans are copying basically what Arsenal did
Portsmouth, Potts.
wrongly for the last few
Portsmouth,
years.
with Harry Redknapp, have won
That's
more in the last 30 years than we have. Portsmouth, Swansea with Nathan fucking Dyer have won a trophy more recently than us. Birmingham with O'Family Martins
Wigan
have won
as
a
well.
trophy more recently than us. This club is a
Wigan,
disgrace.
yeah,
Wigan.
Got relegated all the way down the divisions and now come all the way back up into the Championship, and you still ain't won a trophy.
What's the fucking point?
Oh, Henry. Honestly,
That's what I was saying.
Henry,
Could
why
that
don't we
Christian
come over
Eriksen
to the
thing?
red side in North London, mate. It's all
Yeah.
roses over here, mate.
Can you imagine if I did that on YouTube? If I convert to an Arsenal fan,
You
I'd
thought
be
about
getting.
it,
I
then? You thought
couldn't have thought about it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think you're thinking about it now as we speak.
Yeah, I
Look,
think
he's-
he is.
he's
Why
kind
wouldn't
of
you?
going in the camera.
I'd rather just fucking watch a different sport. Like going to your arch rivals is just. But the problem is, I had
follow your
another. I
local
had a,
team, like
the
your other
number
local
eight,
team.
the number 8 pub, right outside our stadium. Went in there. I was having an argument with a fan because he's singing about Sol Campbell. I was like, let it go. It was 20 years ago. Let it go. I said, let's be honest. He joined the bigger club. He won trophies. Let it go. Why are we still singing about it? Do you think fucking Madrid fans are going to be shouting when Asenjo joins Barcelona in the summer? No, they fucking won't. Because they're going to win Champions Leagues. What are we doing?
Well,
Fuck
yeah,
all.
Barcelona, I don't know.
It's really-
They done another case of bribing a ref yesterday, didn't they?
Like, to be fair, yeah, Barcelona fans still hate Luis Figo. He's not allowed back to Barca, mate. I watched that documentary and he said, yeah, when I got the move and I officially went there, he goes, I never went back to clear my apartment now. He was shook, mate. That documentary is brilliant if you ain't watched it. It's really good, man.
That's class, man. Listen, Henry, I love you, Henry, but I have to laugh at how bad your football club is right now, man. Like, honestly, it's just
Club's a
absolute
disgrace.
circus. Absolute circus. But a club that aren't a circus at the moment is Arsenal. And I watched them yesterday. I went to Fulham, mate. It was beautiful to watch in that first half. I can't lie to you. It was absolutely brilliant football. And not what I expected. Not the brilliant football, how comfortable it was. I thought Fulham this season have been my surprise package. They've made it really difficult for teams. We went at the Emirates. We only had a last-minute goal, 2-1. So I was expecting a similar result. It was very comfortable. So instead of me starting with Lee, I want to ask Kaz and Henry, like, I know you don't want Arsenal to win the league, right? I can imagine you don't really care.
You know what? I don't hate Arsenal. I just hate your fans.
That's fair.
No, I fucking hate Arsenal.
That's fair.
But I respect Arsenal, but I hate them. But that first half is
it's
you
not
want.
hard. It's not hard about Pelini, innit? Pelini's massive. It's missing, innit? They'll still lose. Even with Pelini, I think Arsenal will batter them. Trossard fucking masterclass, mate.
Wow.
That'll cover the left-hand side. There's nothing Pelini can do about that. But I'm saying,
don't worry. We only bid it 12 million for Trossard.
Missing Pelini is massive for them, and that's just a hole they can't fill. It's a bit like Man United. Casemiro gone now. It's like it's a hole that you have to bear with, but it's got spanked, mate. It's Arsenal when London opposition just don't stand a chance. Arsenal will start fast, and that's it. You can't keep up with them. You've got about 2 or 3 goals now in the second half to do something. A bit like Tottenham game or Chelsea game, any game really.
We've kept a clean sheet.
Palace.
I don't think you're going to see a more dominant display in one half of football this season.
I beg to differ. Man United versus Tottenham was the easiest game I've ever fucking seen in my life. I'm not joking.
I'd say Liverpool 7, Man United 0 was probably.
But he said, But Lee, he said first half. To be fair, I'm saying the same thing about your club with 8-2, mate. But fucking, he said first half.
Look how far back you're going back. 8-2.
Yeah, but it's not the point. It's not the point. This season, though, alone in the first half, I'm telling you now, Man United versus that was fucking.
Yeah, we were toothless. We didn't even get out of fucking. We didn't even get into gear. But that Arsenal display, I mean, I'll give Arsenal credit. Credit where credit's due. They were devastating. They went 1-0. They had an offside goal. Normally, you might take 5 or 10 minutes to get back into the swing of things. That the other team comes back. They went straight, like swallowed a blue pill, mate, and in they go. That's it. No. That's it. That it was. I watched it. I was thinking, yeah, this is fucking scary. And people will say, "Oh,
Fulham Terry Flewers."
Oh, what? The same video every day. Arsenal are scary, and then another video the next day is fucking.
I don't even watch the
Arsenal
time.
On. It's like
no, they were.
Change it on Terry, mate.
Arsenal are scary, and then Gary Neville crying. That's all I ever see.
I think I'm Terry. Lee Gunners.
They were very, very good. And then the only thing I will say in that game, I feel like the last couple of games, Saka, he looks like he's burnt out.
Needs a rest, man. He needs.
But that's the thing. When Saka's not scoring, Trossard's creating. Gabby Jesus will be back in now. You know, they've got goals everywhere. Whereas us, is Kane. That's it. And that's it. We'll go at large. But he scored another 20-goal season. Yeah, but Arsenal have got 5 or 6 players at like 7 goals and above. So
do you think Arsenal will do it, Henry?
I've been saying it since fucking January the 15th. They're going to win the league. The way they come and played against us, like not being like deluded, but normally Arsenal have struggled the last decade. Since that Rosicky goal, they've come to the place and they've struggled. Last May, right, they come and they got absolutely fucking shafted. The Arsenal performance was like, I said it 2 weeks before the game. I said, it's going to be a wake-up call when they come because they are going to dick us. Oh, you're negative. You're the fucking Tottenham League gunner. You're deluded. You what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. They come.
Tottenham League gunner.
they come. They absolutely destroyed us. And they went, we're 2-0 up now. Come at us. What have you got? And Saliba and Gabriel took the fucking piss. And by the way, Gabriel at the moment, for me, has been the best defender this season.
Unreal, man.
He's
been class.
He has been like, I thought Saliba before the World Cup was very good. Post-World Cup, he's been a bit hit and miss. But Gabriel has really, really fucking stepped it up.
I really like him, man. He's got that kind of moment in him, hasn't he, where he has a madness. I think Lee says the bozo gene. And it's true, he has. But actually, there's quite a lot that have had that's still been wicked defenders. Even at Arsenal, Keown had it. Do you know what I mean? He was a nutcase.
Yeah, when's the last time he had a bozo moment? You're probably looking at the first 10 games of the season.
Don't know, Lee. Yeah,
there was.
Leeds.
Yeah, before
Leeds,
the World Cup.
Yeah, since then, he didn't go to the World Cup. He's, sorted his hairline out. Fair play to him. He's come back, right? He's raring to go. And now he's
spray on, innit?
now he's fucking, Yeah, he's been to Bobby Firmino and got the same set of dentures as well. Because Jesus Christ. But since then, he looks the best defender.
No, you're right, man. I think Saliba as well. Like against Fulham, I thought both of them were ridiculously good, man. They really were. And Saliba looks at the moment back to where I want him to be, because you're right. There was a drop off after the World Cup. Kaz, what about you? Do you think Arsenal can do it, or do you still think City will do it, man?
I hate this question. Fuck's sake. I don't know, man, because you boys got some hard games coming up, and I suppose Man City do as well, but they got a lot of home fixtures, so that's the only way I look at it. I think you should win it, because if you're being honest with one another, it's like, who's been the best looking team this season? Arsenal. Who's been a more consistent team this year? Arsenal. You know what I mean? It's little things like that. You got Jesus coming back. Trossard's probably the best January signing I've seen, top 3 anyways, in a long while. Who else? There's just so many factors that's going on for Arsenal where it's hard to not pick Arsenal, if I'm being honest. With Man City, it's just like, but it's Man City have been doing this year in, year out, pretty much. Even if they didn't win, they've been doing it. This is their months. This is where they come, creme de la creme, all that kind of stuff. April's a massive month, and it's going to go down to the wire for me, because they got Liverpool. They will smash Liverpool, I think. I'll be honest, at the Etihad. And then they got you boys at some point. I think you lot got Chelsea coming into form. You should smash them, but you got to go Liverpool away. I think your big game.
If I had my way, I'd play City every week.
Yeah, I think the Liverpool away for you lot, and I think it's the Man City away is just going to be defining. This is where it's like, Arsenal, have you got the mentality to go through with it or not? Because you can even probably afford a draw against Man City at that point. But there's no point in thinking it's a test now. It's a test now. Every fucking week is a test for Arsenal. This is Arsenal test. This is Arsenal test. Mate, they've been doing it. So it's hard not to point fingers towards Arsenal for me personally.
Fair play, man. Gunnar, I'll let you have the last word, man. Do you think we can do this?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I think the fact that we play Palace at the weekend, they ain't won a game this year. So yeah, I think we'll beat Palace. We'll be 8 points clear because City play Burnley in the cup. Then it's international break. So we'll be 8 points clear. Then we've got a Leeds home game.
Is that Palace away?
Home.
Oh, you had the first game of the season, didn't you?
That's a 4-0, man.
No, we haven't beaten them at our ground since 2018.
I don't care. I don't care about the past, man. I don't care about the past.
You do care about the past because you just brought up an 8-2 from 12 years ago.
not in result. Yeah, old memories, but results wise, you haven't beat Tottenham in fucking donkeys.
No, but I do think that we'll be 8 points clear, and then we've got Leeds United after the international break. Obviously, City have a game in hand, but that weekend we play Leeds. They play Liverpool at the Etihad. So if Liverpool can get something, can we beat Leeds? All of a sudden,
Lee, have you seen the
if we lose at the Etihad, does it?
Have you seen the reports going around that Tottenham have approached Martinez from Villa as to be the long-term replacement for Lloris?
That's basically a like-for-like replacement in the long run.
Yeah, but do you know? I think he'll come because he's a shit merchant. And he doesn't like the way
Romero as well, isn't it?
I think Martinez. I think Chelsea, United. I think there's a lot more clubs that will go in for him.
No chance. That's a step down, man.
I think if we bring Pochettino and you got the Argentine link there, because Lo Celso will be back in, Romero will be there, and I don't think he likes the way he was treated with the way he left Arsenal, and I feel like. I mean,
are you really contemplating if an Aston Villa player should want to go to Tottenham?
I'd take half their team, Cass. Half their fucking team. Douglas Luiz comes in and starts for us. Conte starts for us. Diego Carlos start for us. Who's their right back? Any of their right backs start for us.
Matty Cash.
Ollie Watkins would come in and get in our squad. Who else they got? Coutinho. We've got about as much creativity as an under-8s game. Bring him to the fucking team. I've said it multiple times. Lee will back me up. The amount of times I've said I would take so many Villa players. They come to the fucking lane and beat us.
Broken everyone this season, didn't they, Dan? They've literally broken.
I wouldn't take Emi Martinez.
I've been saying this though for years. It ain't just because Arsenal top of the league. I've been saying about the way we run. We are a circus. Yeah, and like I said to you the other day,
true.
If Arsenal weren't top of the league, Tottenham fans wouldn't be moaning. We wouldn't be moaning because we're sitting fourth. We don't win anything anyway. So what's the difference? But it's because you're top of the league. Our club's in turmoil.
I've lost their red, mate. Lost their reds. Boys, I've got to wrap this up because I've got to shoot, and I know you guys have got other streams as well. But this has been a lit stream, lit show. Big up Henry, man. Make sure you go over to Henry Wright TV. You're going live at 7 p.m. I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, me and Lee. Well,
Lee,
probably
so
be 10 past now, me and Lee.
rival.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, you know.
No,
one
I
of
need
those.
to be out of my house by 9, so that's 8 your time. I need to
There
be
we
gone
go.
by then. So
Yeah, it's calm.
There we go. We'll make sure everyone in the chat just go over to Henry Wright TV straight from this stream. Go watch more of this chat. Henry losing his head. Lee just absolutely laughing at him. It's always a good show, man. So make sure you do that. Big up, Henry. Thanks for coming on, bruv, as always, mate. And Kaz, likewise, bro. What you got coming up, fam?
I've never a foul. Don't know, man. I know I've got a date with Liverpool fans on a fan reaction on Wednesday. That's gonna be beautiful. Tomorrow, I'm hoping there's a please let City lose. But I doubt it. Nah, not much really at the moment. I think April's gonna be packed out though, if I'm being honest. Man. So yeah.
Facts, bro. Always a pleasure having you on, mate. Gunnar, likewise, man. Thank you so much, bro. It's always a pleasure having you on, mate. And I jumped on the fan cam with Kenny Ken yesterday after a few beers, and that was fun. Trying to do a fan cam with Kenny Ken is never easy, but when he's got the headphones and I've got nothing, it's impossible. So
I can
it's
hear
always
you perfect though, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man, and it's great to see you, boys. Absolute legends. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you smash a like, people. Make sure you subscribe. Get me up to 8K as quickly as you can. People do exactly the same for these three legends as well, and get their content going. We will see you next time. Up the Arsenal, and I hope that Henry, I hope the Samaritans are engaged and all that shit, man. So take it easy, people. See you next time.